Okay, so we call this one the box method for multiplying polynomials. Why? Because as you can see, we are going to use the polynomials as the length and the width of the boxes. So if I have a binomial, remember what a binomial is? It has 4x minus 3. So we're going to use that to separate them right here. 4x, negative 3. And then do the same thing to 2x plus 7. So 2x plus 7. You don't have to put the plus all the time. Yes. Okay. When you guys do this, it doesn't matter which one you put on top and bottom. They're interchangeable. Okay? So now we are going to multiply one by one. If you're multiplying 2x times 4x, you multiply the number and then you add the exponents of the variables, right? Because they're the same base, so you have to add the exponent. So this will become 8x to the second power. All right? And then we're going to do the same thing over here. It doesn't matter where you go next. It could be to the right, to the bottom, doesn't matter. So 2x times negative 3 will become negative 6x. Okay, and then 4x times 7 is 28x. Well, negative 3 times 7 is negative 21. So that's what we call the box method. We use the factors being multiplied as length and width of the boxes, and then we multiply the terms one by one to fill up those, to fill up the grid. Okay, so it doesn't stop there though. If you look at the diagonal, okay, those are like terms. They're similar terms, right? Why? Because they have the same variable. And if they have the same variable, you do not add the exponent. So you copy the exponent. All right? So for the diagonal portion, we have 28x minus 6x. It's like 28 apples minus 6 apples. So you're going to have 22x, right? So with that, our final answer will become, where do you get the final answers from? So the like terms became 22x. You just have to copy the extra stuff right here in order. So 8x squared plus 22x minus 21. So what do I mean by in order? You start from the one with the highest exponent. Remember the GOAT, the greatest of all terms, right? Okay, so you have to arrange them from the highest exponent to no exponent at all, or the one that's a constant. Okay. All right. So how is example number 1? In a scale of like 1 to 3, where are you at? 1 being, I did not get that, but so I see I got 3 being, oh, that's easy. So how is the first example? 1. Okay. We'll look at some more examples. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks for letting me know. So let's look at some more, and hopefully, you know, oh, by the way, can you ask me like specific questions about number 1, so at least I can go over it before I move on to the next example? So I would know like which one to try to explain better in the next example. Like which one was kind of confusing in number 1? Or you just can tell. But you just feel that you're not confident enough to like, or you don't feel confident that you can solve another problem like that yet, right? It's okay. Remember, yet. We don't know it yet. Okay? We're not confident about that yet, but we'll get there. Okay? All right. So for number 2, this one, let's try this. 2x minus 1. It looks different. This one has 2. This one has 1. But the exponent 2 means you write the factor twice, right? So 2x minus 1 to the second power actually means 2x minus 1 times 2x minus 1. Oh, wait, no, I get it. I don't get the plus 7. Oh, the plus 7 is, you see, like these ones just come from here. You just write them on the side. The 4x minus 3, they go on top. And it doesn't matter whether you flip them around. Uh-huh. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing here. That's 2x minus 1. It doesn't matter where you put it. You can start here, 2x minus 1. And then we do it again, 2x minus 1. So 2x minus 1. All right, so whatever the things being multiplied are, that's the one you're going to put in the boxes. Okay, do you have questions about that part? Let me know if you have questions about that part. So when we get them, they can go anywhere. Yep, they can go anywhere. But you cannot mix up 2x and minus 3 on the same side because they don't belong together. Does that make sense? So 4x minus 3, it could go on top or at the bottom. Okay. All right. So now that we have filled up the top and the bottom, let's multiply one by one to fill up the grid. So 2x times 2x. If you're confused on what to write first, I don't know if you remember this. I shared this with you last time. Sign, number, variable. So whenever you multiply, just so you can keep track of stuff, you do that. Sign, number, variable. And when you're multiplying, you add the exponents, right? So you have to add the exponents when multiplying. So the sign is positive times positive, so that's going to be positive. Go to the number, 2 times 2, that's 4. Go to the variable, x times x, but you have to add the exponent, so you get x to the second power because you see two of them. It's like x to the 1 and x to the 1, right? So when you add the exponent, it's x to the second power. Okay, next. Negative 1 times 2x. So sign is negative. Numbers, 2 times 1 is 2. Variable is just x1. So just copy it down. Next, same thing. Negative 1 times 2x. So sign is negative. 1 times 2 is 2. Then bring down the variable x. And last but not the least, negative 1 times negative 1. Sign is what? Negative times negative. That becomes positive. You don't have to put plus 1 if you don't want to. You can also put it if you want to. Then 1 times 1 is 1. There's no variable, so that's going to be it. Okay, so once you fill up the grid, you have to look at the diagonal. Or if you arrange them, let's say for example you put negative 1 here and 2x here, the like terms may not be in the diagonal. So you still, it's important that you know how to spot like terms. Like terms are those that have the same variable. They're like twins. They have the same variables. Okay, so let's combine those. Negative 2x and negative 2x, that will become negative 4x, right? But that's only for the like terms. So when you get your final answer, all you need to do is combine everything in the box. Starting from here, the one that has the highest exponent, so 4x to the second power. And then the diagonals are negative 4x, and then positive 1. So that's your final answer. Okay, so how about that? Was that better than example 1? Better? Cool. All right, easy, nice. Now I want to show you another method. Maybe this time, you'll get this faster than the box method. So you don't have to use the box if you don't want to use it. Another way that you can do it. Let me just copy this down so I'll have more space over here. Another way to do it is you can do what we did in the warm up today, which is I call it the rainbow method. For example, you go from here to the next one. So 3x times 3x, that's going to be 9, right? X. And then you add the exponents too. Okay, make another rainbow from the same beginning to the next one. So 3x times negative 1, remember, sign, number, variable. The sign will be negative. The numbers is 3 times 1, so 3. The variable is x. Next, negative 1 times 3x. So now I'm making another rainbow, but since I've group the first one with both of these, I have to start with the next term. So -1 times 3x, sign is negative, 1 times 3 is 3, the variable is x. So while you're doing that, you might want to arrange those that are like terms already. Those are the ones that fall in the diagonal when you do the box. So here you're lining them up so you would know that they will go together. And then -1 times -1, that's going to be +1, right? Okay, all you need to do after that is just like what we did after the box, we simplify the answer. You bring it down. Okay, so 9x squared, combine them because they have the same variable, so -6x plus 1. All right, so that's another method. That's another method that you can use. I strongly suggest, though, that as you make a rainbow, you write the answer instead of doing, oh, I'll do this, I'll do that, then this and that. The problem with doing that is you might lose track of what you have multiplied and what you haven't. Okay, I like the box better. I personally like the box method better also because you can easily keep track of what you've done and what you haven't multiplied yet. And also, if you realize that, oh, that doesn't make sense, I know I did something wrong, then you can easily spot, where the error possibly came from. Yes. Okay. And also, the box method works for any type. And that's what I'm going to show you right now. So go ahead and open Delta Math. There's more interesting problems there. Let's go to Delta Math so I can get you started on the classwork/homework together. How are you guys? I think I'm developing some type of insomnia because of this. I couldn't sleep last night. I slept at 5. Okay, so let's go sample student page. Well, that's not good. Don't do that. Try to. It's only this week for some reason. Okay. All right. So we're here multiplying polynomials. This will be our classwork and homework together. I mean, at the same time. Why? If you see this, they give you 0/1, 0/1, 0/1. We're going to do all those. We'll try to do all of those. Those that have 0/7, 0/3, 0/3, that means this one will make you practice level 1 questions 7 times, level 2 questions 3 times, level 3 questions 3 times as well. Okay? All right, so let's click on the first level one. Here we go. Oh, look at that. More fun, huh? More fun with the box. Yeah, you see that? It has 2. This one has 3. Yep. Okay, so let's get started on that one. Which one is it? It's the very first one, honey. Yeah, very first one. Okay, so how do we know how our box looks like? Well, it's going to be a 2, because there's 2 terms, by 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be a 2 by 3. Yeah? So let's make a 2 by, oh, what did I do? So let's make a 2 by 3 box. And some students, just make their charts look like this instead of making a box. But I don't know, it looks so incomplete. So, oh my gosh, my box is so messy. All right. Okay, I know you can do better. Oh wow, that's your breakfast? Make make me some. Put some salsa on it too. I love salsa and chips. Okay, here we go. So we're going to arrange the top. It's x plus 1. Zoom is morning. Yeah. It is what it is, honey. Your breakfast is boring. I haven't even had any breakfast yet. This is all I got. You see that? It's Belvita. Okay. Alright, so x plus 1, and then let's arrange these over here. So negative 3x squared, and then negative 2x, and then plus 4. What's this kitty legend? Me? Why? Because I eat Belvita? Because I don't have time to make breakfast. Okay, so here we go. Let's multiply these. Negative 3x squared times x. So remember the order. Sign, number, variable. And if you have an x over here, it pretty much just says 1x. So negative 3 times 1, that's going to be negative 3. X squared times x, that's going to be x to the third power because you have to add them up. 1 and 2. Yeah? So x to the third power. Okay, now you can go to the right or you can go down. It's up to you. So let's go this way. Negative 2x times x. So the sign is negative. X times x, that's x to the second power. And then going down further, 4 times x, that's 4x. Okay, next. You're multiplying all of these by 1. Well, oh, you got the answer already, Sean. Cool. Nice. All right. So this will become negative. You'll keep going, honey. Don't wait for me. Just move on to the next one. So negative 3x squared, because you're just multiplying it by 1. Negative 2x, and then 4. Okay, so now let's combine the like terms together. You can find the like terms in the diagonals here. You see that one? So negative 3 and negative 2, you will get negative 5x squared, negative 2x, and a positive 4x. If they have different signs, you subtract. So that's going to be 2x, right? And then all you need to do is combine this, the green ones, and the last number. So let's type that in here. How did you put the arrow above? How did you put... Oh, it's the thing above number 6, honey. You have to press shift and then 6. So negative 3, yeah, shift 6. Uh-huh. And it didn't go? Really? Yeah, the arrow didn't show up, but it will become an exponent right here. You see that one? It will, yeah, uh-huh. Okay. So what was I typing? I even got the exponent wrong. It's a 3, and then minus 5x squared, and then plus 2x, and then plus 4. Okay. So submit answer. Nice. Good job, Sean. Yep. And as you can see, a rectangle doesn't have to be a vertical one. It can also be a horizontal rectangle. Yep. Okay, so let's keep moving on. Let's move on to the next one. I want to show you a level 2 this time. So I'm going to go to level 2 right here. You see that? So I can show you one of each type. And then we'll just go back to the rest later on. So level 2. Oh, look at that. Even more fun. Right? Okay, so, yep, Esme, this is more fun than your breakfast. Okay, so now we need to have like a 3 by 3 box, yeah? So let's make a 3 by 3 box right here. Oh, that's sloppy. What do you guys do in the afternoon after Zoom? You go out? Sometimes we go out to like just walk in the park. I'm practicing how to ride a scooter, and I love it better than biking now. Yeah, it's just hard to kind of do any activity wearing a mask and a face shield. I hate it, but I mean, we have to, right? Okay, what's the closest park to you? The closest park to me is the park by Kaiser. Have you been there? Maybe like we see each other, but we like yeah. Okay. All right. So moving on. I have my box ready over here. 22nd park. Oh, where's that? Is that in San Pedro? So this will be X. Where is that? X to the fourth power. You see my background picture right now? That's in Royal Palms Beach. It's cool, huh? I had to like get past those tide pools and stuff. Climb the rocks to get to the middle and take a picture of that. Okay, so x to the fourth power because you have to add them up. Negative 2x to the third power, so you have to add up the exponents, right? And 3x squared, you go there. And then we're going to do the same thing for all the boxes. So 2x and x squared will become x cubed. 2x and negative 2x, be careful with that. Different signs you subtract. I mean, different signs. It will become a negative. This negative times positive is negative. 4, and then x to the second power. 3 times 2, 6x. You like playing tic-tac-toe, right? I don't know. That's why maybe the box looks so friendly. Cause, okay, so 3x squared. It looks like you're just playing. Negative 2x times 3, or it looks like just a multiplication table, right? And 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, here's the cool thing about this one. Look at that. What's going to happen to this? Whoa, a positive 2x cubed and a negative 2x cubed. It's like you have a positive 2 and a negative 2. They're going to cancel each other out, right? And if the negative 2 and the positive 2 cancel each other out, the x cubed also goes away. Because 0 times anything is 0. It's the first level 2, honey. Uh-huh. Okay, so this is 0 now. That's 0, no more. What about this? Look at that. Ooh. So that's a positive 3 and a positive 3. So that will become 6x squared, right? But you're subtracting 4. So then it will become 2x squared. And then look at this. A negative 6x and a positive 6x. They cancel each other again. So that's 0. Right? This is the first level too. So I think it's the third one. So this will become x to the fourth. And then this is 0 now. So plus 2x squared. 2x squared. And this is 0 again. So plus 9. Did you find it? Okay, because I'm gonna submit now. Sorry, I didn't ask if you were able to follow what I did next. Okay. But that's the answer right there. So you have to make a 3x3 box. Yeah. Okay. All right, I'll give you some time. Um, maybe take a picture if you need to work on the box later on. Uh-huh. So I can show you another kind. This one's level 3 now. Okay, so I'm gonna clear the ink, yeah? Or maybe not yet. You're still probably looking at it. Okay. I'm gonna go back, and then I'm gonna go to the first level 3. Ooh. You wonder how level 3 looks like? Okay, you ready? Can I go level 3 now? So I'm clicking on the first level 3. Look at that. All right. Okay. So how are we going to do it if there's like 4 of them? A box only has a length and a width. So it cannot do, it cannot multiply more than two factors, just like what we have over here. Can I clear this one? What was the answer for the previous one? My internet. Oh, it's it's this one, I guess, right? X to the fourth. You mean this one, right, Brandon? Okay. Lost. I still didn't delete it. That's the one. Yes. If you're talking about like the one immediately before this. Uh-huh. Did you get it? I'm gonna clear the ink now because we need to set up more boxes. Very good? Okay, I'm clearing it now. Alright, so if you have 4, you can't do all of that at the same time. Oh, what happened? I can look it up later on. Okay. Or maybe like the exponent. Maybe the exponent. Yeah. Okay, so for this one, we can't have um more than 2 things to be multiplied at one time. So what are we going to do? We have to split this into 2 groups. So we'll do the first 2. We'll get an answer, right? So let's do that. Let's make a box over here. So on top you get 2x plus 1, and this one is 2x minus 3. Yeah? And then for the next 2, we'll make another box right here. So we need to multiply 2 at a time. Maybe you're wondering, Miss, can I regroup them? What if I want to do the first and the last and then the 2 middle ones? Yeah, go for it. There's nothing wrong with that as long as you multiply 2 at a time. Okay, so now let's do this. I need your help. Somebody help me up in the chat pod. 2x, 2x. 2x, 2x. Anyone? Okay. 4x squared though, right? Okay. 2x times 1 will be 2x. Okay. 2x times negative 3. Help me out. What's 2x times negative 3? Good. Negative 6x. Perfect. 1 times negative 3 will just be negative 3, right? So this first 2 will become 4x squared negative 4x minus 3. You see where my negative 4x is coming from? You see that? That's a negative 6 and a positive 2. So I take the sign of the bigger number. Okay. Let's try the next one over here. 3x times x. I always, ask usually the first one because that's the tricky part. So go ahead and help me up with 3x times x. What's 3x times x? So now I'm multiplying the second batch right here. Don't forget to add the exponent. Chat pod, please. Did you watch Perseverance's live telecast yesterday via YouTube? Perseverance is now on Mars. It's landed. It's cool, huh? Yep. Did you know that the name of the robot and the name of the smaller camera drone that that they will launch from Mars to another planet. Ingenuity was named, both of those were named by an elementary and a high school student. Yep. They received 28,000 entries, and those two were the ones who won. Their essays won. So, okay, here we go. Negative 5 times x is negative 5x. Anybody here interested to work on, spacecraft, space-related careers? So 3x times 1 is 3x, and negative 5 times 1 is negative 5. Okay. All right, so let's simplify this. 3x squared negative 5x plus 3x is negative 2x, right, for the diagonal, and then negative 5. Have you thought of what you plan to do after high school? All right, so this one is 3x squared minus 2x minus 5. But our work doesn't stop there, right? So after we do the 2 batches, now we have to do the 3 by 3 one. Yeah? Okay, so now I need to erase this one over here, so I'll have more space. Am I going too fast? Did you have enough time to write it down? Okay, I'll try to make a smaller version of the 3 by 3 box right here. You guys already know what you're gonna do after high school? Nice. You wanna share in the chat? You don't know yet? It's okay, Kayla. That's normal. Work right away. Yeah, I worked. Okay, so now I'm gonna arrange these on top and the bottom. Nice. Nice. Okay, so 4x squared. I'm the only one in my family here in this country. Yeah. Nice. I'm proud of you guys. Whether you know it, it's also good to know that you don't know it yet. So that's good. Instead of not thinking about it or not caring about it, right? I think it's not the course, it's not the school that's important. It's a life skill. Like how do you pick up yourself from high school and be a better person or human being, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, of course you want to get paid. Alright, so the answer is we're not there yet. I'm still making this box right here. So after we do the first batch and the second batch, I'm doing this right here. Yep. So now we're going to multiply again. That's 12, right? 4 times 3 is 12, x4. This one is negative 12. X and x2 will become x3. And then negative 3 and 3x squared will become negative 9x squared. Okay? And then here, let's do that. 4 times, is this a negative 2? Yeah, that's a negative 2. Doesn't look like a negative. Oh, sorry, Bixby. My bad. So, that's negative 8x cubed. And then negative times negative is positive 8x squared. Negative 3 times negative 2 is positive 6x. You follow so far? So from the 2 by 2s, we got 3 or trinomials for each, right? So now we're making a 3 by 3 box. And we're filling up the grids. So 4 times negative 5, that's negative 20x squared. Negative 4 times negative 5, that's 20x. Negative 3 times negative 5 is 15. Now here we can get the answer. Okay. All right. So the first one definitely will be 12x to the fourth. Okay. How do we get the next one? We're going to look at this diagonal over here. You see that? You have a negative 12 and a negative 8. So together they make negative 20 to the third. Okay? Next, this diagonal right here, they all have x squared. So let's combine the numbers. Negative 20 and a negative 9 will become negative 29. Positive 8, meaning you take away the 8 from the value, so that will be negative 21, right? So minus 21x, the second power. Okay, and where are we now? Okay, now let's go to the x. 20x and 6x, that's 26 together. And last but not the least, that's 15. Okay, hopefully we all did it right. And yay! Okay, oops, what happened to my other screen? So that's the answer. Alright, and we had to do all of those steps to get to that. So the bottom line is if you're multiplying, let me erase this because they're confusing. Erase the ink. So if you're multiplying 1, 2, 3, 4 binomials, okay, you have to multiply 2 binomials at a time to get these 2 trinomials right here. And then after you do the box method, or you can try doing your rainbow method. Can you imagine using the rainbow method for multiplying trinomials? It's doable, but it may be like, confusing and harder to keep track of the partial products. Okay, so let's go back. So I showed you one level 1, one level 2, one level 3. Okay, which one do you want me to go back to? Level 1, level 2, or more level 3s? Which one did you want me to show next? Because whatever we don't finish, that's going to be your homework. Do the one with 7 points. Oh, that's not 7 points. It just means it will give you 7 random questions of level 1 type. Yeah, so level 3, Juliet? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so if I click on the one with the 7 points, it may give you a different problem than the one it will give me because, yeah, they're going to be like random problems. Okay, here we go. There's 3 of them. So remember, you have to take 2 at a time. So let's have this as our first group. X minus 2, x plus 3. Okay, you see what I'm doing here? You can also just make something like this if you want, Alright, so x times x is x squared. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. This one is 3x, and then this one is negative 6. Yeah? So this part will give you x squared plus x minus 6, because the diagonal is 3x minus 2x. Okay, once you have that, you have to make a 3 by 2 box, because that's a trinomial and that's a binomial. So let's do that. X squared. I just wanted to say, I wanted to tell you something earlier that I forgot. It was at the tip of my tongue, and then, oh, I remember now. Like, while you are now in high school, and especially now that it's virtual learning, you have to like call LA Harbor College, you guys. Because while you are in high school, any course you take is for free. So it might save you some money in the future. Yeah. So you should ask like what courses you can take that will give you college credits eventually. Yes. Okay. So moving on. This is the trinomial from our first batch, right? We're multiplying it with the binomial, so we fill up our boxes. So now let's type in our final answer here, starting from x cubed. X squared and 5x squared is You're adding that one, right? So plus 6x squared. 5x and negative 6x will become negative x. So if it's negative 1, you don't have to put the 1. And the final answer is, just put that negative 30 for the constant and submit. There you go. Let me clear that. And as you can see, and I've mentioned that earlier, the box doesn't have to be vertical, with the length of the left-hand side. You can have a 2x3 or a 3x2 box. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. All right. Any questions so far? So we've shown you some of those level 3 right there. Okay. All right, and I need to make sure did you guys all sign in? Okay, hang on. I gotta look at the participants list. And, okay. Aiden? Nope. Giovanni? Nope. Samuel? No. Sean is here, right? Jacob is here. Daniel is here. Erlinda is here. If you guys have any missing work, you guys try to catch up on your grade after helping your parents with chores this weekend, okay? I don't know if I've told your class, but okay, Lopez William, yes, is here. I'm not sure if I've told. I saw Joshua. Joshua, we miss you for several days, honey. What's happening? Are you okay? I saw him logging in earlier. Okay. Alright, so how do I scroll this down to see the other participants? Okay, right there. What was I saying? Esme is here. Okay. Augustine, nope. Oscar, nope. And Valerie is here. Yeah. So I was trying to say that if you failed Algebra 1A, okay? Esme, listen up. Okay, look, if you failed Algebra 1A, Algebra 1B will cover everything. You're going to get 10 credits in June. It doesn't mean that the first semester didn't count, because later on we're going to get the average of your Algebra 1A and Algebra 1B grade. So if you can bump your grade up this semester, it's going to cover for both. That's why even if some of you were already getting an F last semester, I was just still bugging you to do your work because of that. So yeah. So make sure that try to get at least a C or better. So even if you had an F in the first semester, if hang on, honey. If your grade this semester is high enough to cover for the first one, then you don't have to repeat algebra, right? You say you don't like math. Come on. If you don't like it, pass it the first time you have it, right? Why stay in it for 2 years? Right. Uh-huh. And don't and I do understand when you say I'm not math smart. It's not that you're not math smart. Everyone has his or her own strength, right? Yeah. There could be something you're good at and I'm not good at that particular skill. Yeah. If Esme, you won't have to repeat if you pass my class this semester. That's what I'm saying. Yep. So you don't want to repeat a class if I'm not a teacher, right? Just kidding. Okay. So yeah. You're probably thinking she's too confident of herself. Okay. So you don't have to repeat the class if you pass me. So you better, yeah. So what do you want to do? Pass my class or pass my class, right? Okay, honey. So think about that. You just have to endure like 14 more weeks of Mrs. Arciaga and you won't have to see Algebra 1 again. Yeah, and I do understand, tech issues, problems at home. I'm with you. I'm with you on those guys. But if you can find the time to do some Schoology work, right? Schoology work, try to catch up on the videos for the previous lessons. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to bump your grade up. Okay? Do you guys have any questions? I will be sending you the link to this screencast. Hopefully it works. Via Remind. And yeah, just subscribe to my algebra and geometry channel so you can be reminded of when there's like a new screencast or something. Coffee? What about coffee? Yeah, I need coffee. I'm sleepy. Okay, bye everybody. Regards to your families. Be safe, be well. Okay, do something you really, really like. Self-care, self-care, remember. Have a great weekend. Get Ruby to join us next time. Bye, Kayla. Bye, Enrique, Valerie. Bye, everyone. Have fun. Bye, George. Help your moms and dads and aunties and grandmas. Bye, everybody. Have a good one. Oh, yeah.